How do I stop taking my boyfriend's defensiveness personally? Backstory. Part 1. I 23F have been dating 29M for over 2 years and have been living together for the last 6 months. We can call him John. Mind you, I knew that moving in with a partner would add more stress to the relationship because of many factors, and it is expected. Let me also add that I know from John's past relationship he has a lot of trauma and feels confrontation as an attack. That can make him very assertive with his defensiveness. He understands it's something he needs to work on, and I give him that patience. I understand completely, as I have my own triggers from my past relationships that John gives me patience with. Overthinking being the best example in this scenario. I feel like since we've been together, we've been making great progress in our respective traumas and are working to move forward. We both want each other to be happy, and our end goal is marriage. Backstory. Part 2. I knew that John liked to smoke weed in his spare time to relax. But John recently got a new job that has regular surprise testing, so John couldn't smoke anymore. It's been very difficult for John to get over since he's been smoking for a very long time, enough that he admits he's addicted. I've been trying to help him not smoke and have been very patient with him, trying to get over it. Well, John made some friends at work and figured out some ways to still smoke without it showing up on his test. All of this so far I have been fine with. I have the same situation with my job, so I was just glad John found a way around it to continue his hobby. Then I found out that to continue smoking, John liked to use certain smoke shop vapes that I don't like. I don't like them for the fact that they are not real, and they have lots of added chemicals that are not nice to the body. One symptom of which I noticed with John is that it gave him a very bad cough to the point I am concerned with him getting very sick. I asked John to stop using those vapes because I didn't like what it did to him and how it affected our relationship. He agreed, and for a while everything was fine. Then a week ago, as John was getting ready for work, I went into the bathroom to grab something quick, and I saw him with one of those vapes. We had the discussion again where I told him, I don't care that you smoke. I like to smoke sometimes too, but you promised me that you wouldn't use those vapes because they will make you sick. He agreed that he didn't like the vapes either, and that he was sorry he hid it from me and that he bought one. He insisted he didn't tell me because he was just worried that I would get mad at him, and then he promised again he would stop using them. Today, though, as I was cleaning the house, I found another vape in a way that seemed to be hidden. I assumed that John must have bought it at the same time as the other one because it was the same type as the other and it was already dusty, so it must have been there for a bit. This immediately hurt my feelings because it felt like it was hidden on purpose and that John didn't tell me he bought two. He only told me he bought one. I texted John about it and asked why he didn't trust me. John proceeded to call and to tell me that it was never hidden. He thought he lost it because he thinks he put it down without thinking. He claims he loses things all the time, which is fair. This man loses his wallet like no tomorrow. So I wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt. I agreed and told John that he must have forgot to tell me he bought two as well, because I also found the first vape in the couch where he loses things all the time. He insists that he does trust me and to throw the vapes away because he didn't need them anymore. I said okay, and that I loved him, and that was the end of the conversation. I want to let this all go, but I can't help but feel offended. During the conversation, I felt dumb and like I was being gaslit. That whole time I let him explain himself, I forced myself to turn off the question. Does he really think I'm that dumb? I thought if I asked that question, it wouldn't be fair to him, and it would seem like I would be accusing him of lying. That would just make me a hypocrite for not trusting or believing him as I thought he did me. In the end, he was just so defensive with our entire conversation, even though I wasn't trying to be accusatory. Am I overthinking way too much into this? How can I move on and best support him without dragging on this conversation and overthinking? I'm just trying to understand what's the best way not to take his defensiveness personally